Okay. Miss Marie Dahlstrom, all right.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. How about you?
Very good. So nice to see you. You've been supporting my music for so long.
For so long, indeed, indeed. I mean, I think since 2014, something like that.
I think something like that, right? Yeah, it must have been.
I
So
remember,
nice. Thank you.
actually, I mean, my pleasure. And like I said, I love your work, your music, your passion. And thank you for taking some time to share your work, to share your music with us. Sometimes so beautiful, and
Anytime.
you're most welcome. So we're gonna spark a little bit the lights on your debut album, Like Sense. So congratulations for this album.
Thank you so much.
Um, yeah, this is like you said. I've been following you for quite some time, and I understand that this is the culmination, the accomplishment of 10 years of hard work. So yeah, I remember from the Cafe London gig in 2014 to the
That's
to
so long ago
all the
now.
previous. I was there, and so yeah, really kudos. I want to start off by reading you this short poem that I wrote, and it quotes some of the tracks titles from the
Mm-hmm.
Likes and album. So I'm about to read it to introduce this little conversation. You're free to say whatever you want to say about it, and then we start off, right?
Perfect.
So, writing rhymes and poems over summer evenings, then losing words over a love letter. If someone ever has something to say, now is the right time to let it out. No more wandering, no beating around the bush. Feelings can be read through your eyes, though you never looked at love this way. Just speak your heart, talk it through, so we can make room for ordinary love. So we can finally
Mm.
sleep at night, light as the lullaby we used to sing along at night. I don't want to wake up type of prayers you send to Mr. Sandman. Yet holding on too tight to the love of your dreams might alas eventually end up just like sand.
Thank you so much. You included
Yes.
so many of the songs.
Sorry?
You included like how many titles? Maybe 10 or something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did 11.
Oh, so good. Well done. That sounded very sick. You must write up that for me. I want to see it in writing.
All right, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
will send it to
definitely.
you.
Definitely.
And
That was sick.
yeah, just can you sing like one word like or one thing that you love about people like Elijah or Jeremiah Passion or the Indigas, the way they work, the way they serve the music. What do you most love about it?
I love that it's very intuitive and that it's very like a lot of things sometimes in the music industry people have this thing where music cannot be too musical and it really irritates me. It's some kind of thing that's
Mm,
happened in like the more commercial side of music and I think I hear it all the time from like A&Rs and like managers and the more kind of yeah industry part of the music world. And I think I really
mhm,
wanted to like get all of that completely away from the album. And I didn't want any industry talk and any like strategy talk around the type of songs that I wanted to make. And I think what I
mm,
like about someone like, Dan Diggers or Elijah Fox is that they're exceptional musicians. They're so good at what they do. And I think, that attention to detail when you make music is super important and like and
mhm,
it's really forgotten like in modern music. Not many albums nowadays take the same type of risks musically and put in the same amount of attention to detail I feel as they did maybe back in the day. So it's something that I've always just kind of been drawn to and really wanted to kind of put into my music. So I think musicianship is a big part like of being. At the end of the day, we are making
of
music,
course.
right? So
Mm,
being like a good musician and having something to offer and being able to do these little details or add little like
mm,
solo parts and change up the chord progression when you need to, all those things, I think it really makes a record come to life. And I think a lot of it
mm,
comes down to that second part that a lot of people find boring, which is like the editing part of the song. Like you have the core song, but
mm,
what do you do after that? You sit down with, you have it in your DAW and Logic or Ableton or whatever, and you start thinking, this section doesn't really, you know, lift. What can I do to add something here? Does it need a harmony arrangement? You know, do we need someone playing a solo? Like, what do we need, you know, to make this song feel like something? And I think it's like just the way that I like doing music is something that I pay a lot of attention to.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing because this is exactly the music approach that I enjoy actually when I'm working with other musicians or when I see musicians working together. This reminds me what musicians from Lyon, France are doing. This is their type of process, and this is like so the music is more personal and authentic, and the way they produce music is way more organic. You remind me of another singer-songwriter from France. The band is called Time Lovers, and they say when we go to rehearsal, we don't say like we're gonna do soul music or jazz music. We're just gonna put things together. We're just gonna create something like organically, like spontaneously, and we work it out. And I see that's the way you work with your long-term partners like Elijah, and this is really appreciable.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
I think sometimes the overthinking can really stop the good music making, you know, when you're in the moment of making music, you then start analyzing it as you make it. It can really be a big like blockage for like achieving your goal, I think, you know. So that's what I'm trying to avoid when I'm making music. I'm just making music, and I don't really spend much time assessing it before it's done, like before the core song is already made. And then when I have the core song, then I start thinking about, okay, maybe not this, maybe I want more of that, you know. Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing interesting. Yeah, sorry, that's the thing interesting because I remember you said in an interview, you try to not listening to music to get inspiration. You try to take your creativity from your own mind, from your own head. So you try not to overthink the process and go with the flow. And I think this is something like this is what you can call writing with freedom and writing with self-awareness of what you can what you can put in work in your music, and it is a bit like more free.
Yeah, definitely.
Talking about your music getting personal, I think we can say this is kind of therapeutic. So at some point, when I'm listening to tracks like Time and the lyrics, I feel how therapeutic it can be because we all love you for like your brain, for your hard work, state of mind. You can even learn a new instrument to like the bongas, or like I don't know if you play the flute too, but you always try to improve some skills to make your music better, and this implies a lot of work. But sometimes, like you say, in some time, you try to relax a little bit. So, how much this song have been therapeutic for you to relax with the work ethic, with the work-life balance, and so on?
Yeah, I think definitely work-life balance is kind of what that song is about, you know? It's kind of like, how do you fit everything in your life into your life? How do you like, you know, be consistent with practicing, you know, your skills so you become better at what you do? How do you also find time to see your friends? And for me, for example, I'm also studying my PhD. How do I find time to do that as well? So it's kind of like a big puzzle. And I think that particular day, I was just thinking like, oh my God, I'm trying to succeed in two different lives, like my research life, but also like my music life, and it's hard sometimes to balance. And I think, you know, sometimes we take those little things a bit for granted. And I just think I wanted to get a little bit more back to nature, you know what I mean? Back to like very simplistic things in a way. And I think for me, like music is overlapping. Music is free time and is also work. So I guess it's always, most of the time, it's enjoyable to do. But I think that balance is something that everyone has to work on, I think, quite a lot to make it feel good. I think it can be definitely challenging, yeah.
You think you found your balance? Did you manage to find it?
At times I'm very good. Some other times it can be a bit more strenuous, you know. I'll try.
Okay. and what can make you feel good when you need to relax on the work thing? Like you said, nature. What do you do? Do you do yoga? Do you do what do you do to enjoy the nature, like you say?
I play tennis.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to play tennis a lot when I was a kid. I was like actually quite good. I was on like a really good team. I got headhunted by this trainer, and I played loads of tennis when I was a kid, and I stopped when I was about 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I still do tennis now, and I also run. I do run like every second day or something like that. And then I like cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and
Ah, of course, of
I
course.
like yeah, I like nature. You know, like walking, being outside, green, all that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Does it inspire your music too? Because sometimes your music can get kind of contemplative. So does the those beautiful landscape when you go hiking or some, does it inspire you to your music, to creativity?
Yeah, actually, I think sometimes when I'm out running, sometimes I stop because I think about something musical, and then I have to start like writing little ideas down. Sometimes they come when I'm actually doing things, you know? So I think
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah.
And I also think with
Okay,
music,
okay.
sometimes it's the smaller questions that are the interesting one. Like this, the smaller question in life that happens all the time, like little things you might think, or little things about humanity, or the small everyday
Mhm.
like things that might come in and like inspire you. It doesn't have to be like massive life events. I think that you need to write a good song. It can just be something in your mind that day, or mood, or someone that said one sentence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. All right. Um, I have one question because you were talking about you like when you were a kid, and there's one question I love asking people in an interview, is
Mm-hmm.
that what would the little Marie Dahlstrom, let's say the 2011 Marie Dahlstrom, what would she say about the 2020 Marie Dahlstrom? Uh, What would you, if the younger you would see what you accomplished, what you did today,
Mm.
how proud would she feel? Well, what would she say?
Um. I think it would be something like you've come a long way, but also it's been quite a lot of journey, you know?
Lola
Um,
wondering.
yeah, a lot of wandering, yeah, a lot of journey. And like I lived in China for a while. I moved to London. I did my music degree. I did like a master's in cognitive neuroscience. I started my
Uh-huh.
PhD. I've been doing all these EPs in between. So
Mm,
it's been like a consistent kind of journey. And I think if I should give myself some advice looking back, um, it would probably be like learn a little bit more about the music industry setup before you start, because I just started. I had absolutely no clue. I was like halfway through my music school, and I was just like, I like making songs, and I just started like putting things out, and like I didn't know anything about mixing or anything. And I think
you were
maybe I
only
could have been, yeah, yeah, I was just completely like in the zone. But maybe I feel like I could have done something maybe a bit more like, yeah, maybe plan things out a little bit better. But I mean, I learned a lot that way, so it worked out for the better, I guess.
and that's interesting. Like, what are the most meaningful lessons that you've learned in this music industry? Then, if you have some advice to give to your younger self, um, what maybe one big lesson that you got from this journey?
I think it would be like trust your intuition at all times. Really be like truthful to yourself, and listen to what
Mm,
you truly think. Like work with people for the right reason. Like release the songs
mm,
that you truly feel like strong about. Like make sure that things are your visions, and that you're not doing these things to please everyone else. Because I think with everything in life is so difficult. And if there's one thing that's your own, then come on, it's your art. Like it's what you make.
mm,
Because it wouldn't really exist without you. So I feel like having that kind of grasp of your own art, and really feeling strongly about what you do, and like making decisions that feel good inside your body, I think that's super important. And I think the times
okay.
where I have not done that, um it's been like way less enjoyable, because you want to feel proud of it,
Mm.
at the end of the day.
Like you feel you don't have too much like that much control over your own work when you're listening, maybe because I was asking this question having in reference the thing you said about the A&R companies, or the or some, you know, a PR agency that maybe can influence your intuition, sometimes not in the way that you would like to orientate your work. So have you experienced some lessons from this too?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of politics in music, you know, and sometimes I'm not sure I agree with like all of those politics and all of that music business stuff. I think it can influence a lot of people and make them more insecure than they need to be. I see it in a lot of my friends. I see it in myself sometimes. Like you feel like you need to measure up to all these standards, but like, what are they really for? You know, at the end of the day, I think we would enrich like the musical scene so much more if everyone dared to be a bit more themselves in like when coming from the record industry side of things. You know, that people were more promoted to like be their own individuals and don't sound like other people because they have to, but if they do so because they want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you know,
sometimes.
more individuality. Like let's make the range a bit broader. Like let's make, you know, loads of different norms instead of just one thing. You know, that should be like the gold standard thing. I don't think that works well, and I think it's cutting off a lot of opportunity for a lot of great musicians and singers and players. So I think, you know, a more broad, open-minded music world would be amazing. Yeah.
And I think you're doing pretty well. I've seen your latest video for summer evenings. Really feels like home, and
Yeah.
we can feel your own story and your own personality, and this is where the music can really connect with the audience, I think. And yeah, the Laxen promotion, the Laxen narrative never been as authentic as ever, I think. You did
Thank
great
you.
with the projects like Anymore, which is my favorite release, and Where the Flowers Grow and so on. But like the Laxen edition, that's really a nice work. We really feel like it's you from your home in your pajamas that produced your own music, and it feels like what we love from the Dahlström mastermind. So
Thank
yeah.
you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
A few more questions. I'd like to, because you have a website and you have all your lyrics on your website, and I'd like to know what is your favorite lyrics and why. What do they mean for you?
My favorite lyrics from the album?
Yeah, from the album.
That's a good question. I think like Sand is a pretty good lyric, actually, talking about like that song. I like it because I think it's I tried to think about, like, you know, when you are on the beach and you hold sand, but then it still like comes through your fingers, but it's only when you hold it really tight then it comes through your fingers, you know. But if you just hold it like this, you can still kind of keep it. And that was the imagery I had in my head, like, and I think it goes for a lot of things in life. If you hold on to it so much, it's really hard to keep it and keep it like a positive experience. So sometimes loosening a bit up, you know, that was what this song was about, and it's something that I personally experienced in my life at a point, and it was kind of nice to put that into a song, but in a not in an angry way. Do you know what I mean? More in like a reflective way of what these things does to someone. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that it was only directed towards a love situation, but actually this can be addressed to any type of experience in life. Actually, whether it's music writing, whether it's the life work balance thing. Okay, so that's deeper than what I thought, and that's enjoyable. Okay, all right, I get it. Okay, I think I had one last question. What can you tell about this show? Like, what could be the Laxen experience live? How would you describe it? Well, are there some surprises to expect from the show, or something? Anything?
I think there will definitely be some surprises. I don't know exactly what they're gonna be just yet, but there will be some surprises, and it's gonna be with my full band. And like, I really want to present these songs how I imagine it with my band, you know, instead of doing it like, for example, doing like a IG live show or something. I when people hear it for the first time, I want people to hear it, you know, in that true full experience. So that's why I put it on sale now, because I was like, I want something to look forward to, and I want, you know, everyone who listens to my music to have something too, who's in London at least, you know, and then hopefully work around getting a Europe tour. So that should be like a good thing for the new year. Yeah.
You'll be in France, in Paris,
I
or
hope it,
something?
yeah, I hope it will be in France. Maybe at the is it called the Le Bizard? Is that what it's called? The venue? Do you know that one?
What you said? Bizarre?
Yeah, Bizard or something like that. Bizard. There's
Yes,
some
it is.
venue I played in France at some point, and
If
it
you
was really
can,
great.
if you can, you should, because I'm based in Lyon, so in
Yeah,
the southeast France. We had Maharia, and I know that Dendigas, one of your producers, has been working for her, I think. So it'd
yeah,
be great if you two have a gig in Lyon, Ninkasi. This is one of the venues. But yeah, this is Eloise Bay Music, say Bizarre, and this it is, yeah, Bizarre. A nice place
yeah.
to put on the
Yeah.
show. Someone was asking who is in the band. So maybe can you drop some names from the people you're working with in the band?
Yeah, so it's Standigas on keyboard, it's Mikhail Boswell on drums, Jay
Mm-hmm.
Asafo, he's called, on bass, and Mafro
Mm-hmm.
Waters on guitar. And then I have two backing singers. One of them is Joshua Boswell, and the other one is, as of now, Ruby Wood. The band I've been playing with for a long time is always the same group, and that's so nice because we've really developed a sound. And yeah, they're like my really good friends, and you know, I just owe them everything. I need them so much, like I think way more than they need me. But so it's that, you know, it's always amazing to play with them. And I think for me, having backing singers, like so much of my sound is background vocals. All my choruses are like stacks of harmonies with like maybe ad libs and stuff on top of it. So having like live singers, you know, is amazing. And having a big
Yes.
band like that means you cannot do as many shows because it's so expensive, but it also means that I feel like the shows are better quality when they're there, you know, and I hope that people really like leave with a good musical experience. Basically, we have one show in December in Denmark, and then the London show
Okay.
is going to be in March, because I think the venues are opening up early, like late February or early March, and then this is going to be like at the end of March, so that the venues just had a little moment to start up. But so it's quite far in advance. But I just feel like, you know, why not just get it all starting and get the mind going there, and like, you know what I mean? And hopefully, if something opens up quicker, then we might arrange something for earlier.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much for having us. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. It's so nice to speak to you, and thank you so much for having, you know, been such a stable support of my music for all these years. And I'm looking forward to sometimes play in France again. When I played there last time, it was like so amazing. I was supporting Frank McComb actually at a gig, and it was super nice. So, what is your main musical
Okay.
influences? So my main musical influences are Music Soul Child, Lucy Pearl. I would say, who else? Dwelly. I would say
Really,
some
of course.
Scandi jazz like Lars Jansson. There's a, for instance, when you produce with Elijah. What about, okay, so hold on. So how is it to produce with other musicians at a distance? Oh, with Elijah, it's good. We actually just get on like a Zoom call or something, and then, you know, he might just be like quickly whipping up some beat stuff, and then I might just be sitting and singing something, and then he will send me the beat, and then I will just write everything and send it back, and then we'll like go back and forth for a minute. But it's usually like super smooth, and there's never much like disagreement with our musical decisions. And actually, most songs we've started together either in New York or in London or even in Denmark. God, we've met in every single country. So yeah, it's actually super nice and easy, especially when you already know that you work well with someone. Then I think it makes like a big difference.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, indeed. Talking about dwelling, I was thinking of the Lullaby track. Did it get some dwelling influence in it? Because it reminded me of the Wake the Baby track from Dwelly in his album Some Kinda. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it no.
Yeah, well, yes, I think so. Subconsciously, I think so because I've been rinsing these albums like so much, you know, like Dolly is like I just love him so much, and the same with the Music Soul Child. I've literally been rinsing the albums like so much. So I think all that music that's like in your early 20s, super implemented in your brain and in your mind, and what you learn on keyboard and
Yeah.
stuff, it will just naturally, I think, be a part of the music, you know, that I'm making.
Mhm.
Someone also asked how did you start
But
making
James
music?
Victory,
Um, I
he's amazing.
I was in school in Denmark and I was in like an interactive music school it was called. And basically we had an audition where you just had to go and clap rhythms and stuff like that. And then you kind of got taken on board and then everyone was rotating instruments and stuff. So I did that for like a couple of years and I was in school choir, all that kind of thing. And then when I moved to London, I then applied for different music schools. And then I got in here and then
Mhm.
it kind of got more serious, you know, gradually.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Somebody is asking about Jeremy Passion, if you are about to do another collaboration, because this is, I think, your second or your third collaboration together. The first one was with Forget Me Nots,
Yeah,
I remember. When
yeah.
I interviewed Jeremy Passion, he said he wanted to have you in his second album. I didn't know if he finally if it was done finally. But this is at least your second of collaboration, and are you thinking of a new one?
Yeah, I definitely don't think that me and Jeremy are done making music together, you know? I think, you know, there will definitely come some more music at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I think so, yeah. I love him. I think he's amazing, honestly.
Because the chemistry is amazing. I think that Through Your Eyes is one of my top three favorite songs from the album. Like my top three song is yeah, Through Your Eyes,
Mm,
Lullaby, and I don't want to say Like Sen because this is the main one and this is one of the best one, but I don't want to say Like Sen.
yeah, thank you so much. I think they're one of my favorites too, actually. I think it's really hard actually to pick a favorite, but I keep
Yeah,
changing. I
it's
don't
hard.
actually know.
It's hard,
Thank you so much.
but I'm really well done. Best album of the year so far. There's so many
I
people
know,
that
thank
say
you so
album of
much.
the year. Um, are you thinking of
I
the
know.
Grammys at some point?
I don't even know how that works. How does it work with the Grammys? I mean, that would be amazing. Imagine receiving a Grammy for this album. That would be absolutely ridiculous. I would love it. But I don't even know how that works. So like, I mean, I didn't have that on my plan. But if it happens, you know, amazing, amazing.
Okay, okay. And Dahlstrom, I don't know if it's somebody from your team, but he said, what about the guy you met Kendall with? Yeah, what about him?
Oh, Jonathan Stein. Yeah. So
I guess.
he's basically changed name. So he is Charles Jack now. And
All right,
he's kind
okay.
of switched up his artistry. So that's why he's called Charles Jack on the album. But that is actually Jonathan Stein, who is rapping and or like singing, rapping on Lullaby, and doing that production. So
Oh,
who knew? Do you know what I mean? A little switch up.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay, okay.
Could you hear that it was his voice? Yeah. So I guess we
Talking
have
about,
more music with him because he's already there.
well, I think it's a wrap. I think
Well,
we
thank you.
well done. So thank you very much again
Thank you so much
for
for
being
having me.
available, and keep me posted with your work, and I keep giving support like you know, and yeah, yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day, and see you
You
soon.
too.
Thank you very much. Bye. So, c'était donc Marie Dahlstrom. That was Marie Dahlstrom. Thank you a lot. I'm grateful. Je suis très reconnaissant. Merci pour les conseils pour que le son soit meilleur. J'espère que vous étiez content de cette interview. Si vous avez des questions supplémentaires par rapport au travail de Marie Dahlstrom, n'hésitez pas à me les envoyer. N'hésitez pas aussi à checker du coup les prochaines actualités de l'artiste en question. Et puis, je pense qu'on refera ce format assez régulièrement. Donc, voilà. Et vous l'avez entendu, elle prépare une tournée européenne, probablement en France. Elle a retenu le lieu Bizarre à Paris. Si vous pouvez faire un petit link quasi en plus, ce serait génial. Donc voilà, merci à tous. C'était Marie Dahlstrom sur Sounds Beautiful et see you soon. All right, okay. Yeah.
It's like a second sense.
Okay.
Like an